A push to make the area around a local school safer, where parents want to see sidewalks installed.
It's the news. Thousands of GM workers in Indiana and around the country have been waiting to hear tentative agreement to end the strike. We head to the picket line.
This has been the sound of the day. But you know what? By the weekend, we'll change the way we dress again.
This is RTV6 News at 5, working for you.
Good evening. I'm Amanda Starantino.
And I'm Mark Mullins. We begin tonight with a story impacting thousands of GM workers in Indiana and across the country.
The UAW and GM have reached a tentative contract agreement that could end the month-long strike. That strike brought the automaker's U.S. factories to a standstill. In Indiana, there are just under 7,000 GM workers at 4 plants in Marion, Kokomo, Bedford, and Fort Wayne. Workers left their jobs September 16th. They wanted a bigger share of GM's profits, job security, and a path to permanent jobs for temporary workers. The company wanted to reduce labor costs, so they're closer to U.S. factories run by foreign automakers. We do not know what they're getting. Details of the 4-year agreement have not been released, but a striking worker we talked to in Kokomo is hopeful.
Relieved. We are very relieved, and like I said, we're ready to go back to work. You know, we really don't want to be out here.
And that deal was hammered out today, but it won't immediately end the strike by more than 49,000 workers. They're likely to stay on the picket lines at least a few more days until union committees vote on the deal. The entire membership must also vote.
Tonight, parents in Wayne Township are worried about the safety of students walking along a busy road where there are 3 schools. They are pushing for changes and wanting to bring awareness to the need for sidewalks along Girls School Road. RTV6's Nicole Griffin is working for you tonight, taking their concerns to the city and finding out if there are plans to make this West Side Road safer.
Girls School Road is a real concern. Jennifer Witt lives right across from Ben Davis High School. She sees people walking down Girls School Road through the grass every day. That is why she started a post on the Wayne Township Chatter Facebook page she calls Operation Sidewalks. It's an effort to send a message to the city about the dangers of walking along busy roads in her West Side community, especially Girls School Road.
There's beautiful parks, shopping, our schools are along this road, and it's just dangerous to walk up and down if they're not consistent sidewalks. Someone's going to be killed.
I reached out to Wayne Township Superintendent Dr. Jeff Butts, and he says adding sidewalks in front of the high school is something they have wanted to see happen for many years. In order to accelerate the project, they've even offered up the land along Girls School Road. The Department of Public Works says Girls School Road from 10th to 21st Street is in need of a sidewalk, but right now the city doesn't have the funding. A spokesman for DPW says they appreciate the school district offering up the land, which can be very costly, but that does not suddenly allow the department to fund the project. Coming up tonight at 6 o'clock, DPW says there is another way to help accelerate the sidewalk project. I'll tell you why the superintendent says it's not something the district should take the lead on. Working for you on the West Side, Nicole Griffin, RTV6.
DPW is currently working on a study for the area of Girls School Road near 10th Street that would take a closer look at the needs of potential improvements, which could include sidewalks. The study will also look at the cost of these improvements. It's expected to be complete by the middle of next year.
Now to your Storm Team 6 forecast. A day that definitely feels like fall. Chilly, windy, and gloomy. Not a day to forget your jacket. Storm Team 6 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory is looking ahead to what you can expect tonight. Kevin.
And Amanda, the kind of day if you forget your jacket, you turn right around and go get it. Here's the beauty of the forecast. Things change a lot again by the weekend. A gray day. This is cloud cover on our radar, so it's so gray. I thought I'd try to find some color for you, and you can begin to see the treetops here down in Brown County and the Nashville area showing a little color. We'll continue, I think, to bring the color to life with these cool mornings and then relatively mild afternoons. Today is not one of the mild afternoons. 54 was our high temperature. That occurred just after midnight. Since then, we've been cooler all day. 52 is our current temperature. Look at Evansville, 48 degrees. The average high is 65. Your headlines for tonight: it stays breezy to windy. We'll still have some 20-mile-per-hour gusts, but there's the key. It's dry. A warming trend begins tomorrow, gradual warming trend, but it will allow you to be back in shorts and a short sleeve shirt by the weekend. The wind is strong this evening. stays out of that cold northwest direction. Temperatures will fall into the 30s in the morning. 6 a.m. 39 degrees, then around 40 by 8 a.m. And we'll have a mixture of clouds and sunshine through the day tomorrow. We'll talk about any rain opportunities ahead coming up.
Now to Fulton County and the case involving a stopped school bus and a car that didn't stop as children crossed the road. It's been an emotional day in court as jurors in the Alyssa Shepard trial heard from 7 witnesses in the tragic crash that killed 3 siblings. In court, the mother of the 3 young victims tried to hold it together as she testified, explaining the moment she realized her children had been hit and seeing her 2 sons lying in the road and her daughter in a ditch. She recounted that in her state of shock, she ripped the sheet off of her twin boys because she didn't believe enough had been done to resuscitate them. Defense attorneys did not question her, allowing her to step down from the stand. That's when her husband went to her, kneeled, and kissed her on the cheek. An 18-year-old woman who was driving behind Alyssa Shepard on the morning of the crash testified she could see the bus and the children crossing the road despite how dark it was that October morning. The school bus driver took the stand and became emotional as he recounted his story, telling the court he saw the car approaching from a distance but thought the driver would stop, so he waved the kids to come to the bus. He says he then realized at the last moments the car could not stop and the children were hit. Jurors heard from a 12-year-old boy, Maverick Lowe, who was also hit but survived, about the 21 surgeries he has undergone, including a knee replacement 3 weeks ago. He said he was behind the 3 kids boarding the bus when he saw the approaching headlights. The boy told the court he didn't know what to do and said he wanted to jump in front of the other 3 children but was frozen in fear. All witnesses testified the bus had its lights and stop arm deployed when the crash happened. More tears filled the courtroom as the 911 call was played, most hearing it for the first time. And the case is expected to continue Thursday and possibly go to jury by Friday.
Tonight, Metro Police are asking you to be on the lookout for this car. They believe it's connected to a double homicide that occurred on the south side on Monday, October 7th. It's a 2004 cherry red 2-door Chevy Monte Carlo with license plate 485RIV. 2 people were found shot the afternoon of October 7th at the Southport Crossing apartment complex near Southport Road and Madison Avenue. 1 person died at the scene. A second died later. If you have any information, call Crime Stoppers at 317-262-TIPS. And tomorrow you can begin paying your respects to an Indiana State Trooper killed in a traffic accident. Trooper Peter Stephen of Lafayette died Friday night when his squad car left the road, rolled, and hit a utility pole. Visitation is tomorrow from 2 until 8 at Crossroads Community Church in Kokomo. The funeral will take place there on Friday at 11. Burial will follow at Rushville Cemetery. He leaves behind a wife and a 5-month-old daughter. And Governor Holcomb is directing flags across the state to be flown at half-staff to honor Trooper Stephen on Friday from sunrise to sunset, the day of his funeral. He is asking businesses and residents to do the same. Well, now that Indigo's Red Line is up and running, the focus is shifting to the future Blue Line.
But not everyone is happy with Indigo's next big project. The Blue Line will provide rapid transit along Washington Street between Cumberland and the airport. Indigo's current plan is to give the Blue Line dedicated lanes, meaning traffic would be reduced to 1 lane in both directions on Washington Street for all vehicle traffic. A business owner along the route tells RTV6 she thinks the new bus route will hurt a lot of businesses in the area if Indigo continues to dedicate lanes for the Blue Line.
There's a lot of traffic congestion that occurs if there's a wreck on 70. So there's a lot of traffic that's diverted off towards us. But, you know, the biggest thing is whenever you make it too inconvenient for people to get to a location, they go elsewhere. And that's unfortunately one of the problems that will occur with this, and it's going to cost a lot of people their businesses.
Hawkins says she thinks the Blue Line can be beneficial if they have the bus share the lanes with other vehicles. She's hosting a meeting tonight at the Wayne Township Government Center for residents and business owners in the community to ask questions and voice their concerns. That meeting is set to begin at 5:30. The office is located at 5401 West Washington. Well, it's early in the season, but a big game this weekend for the Indianapolis Colts.
They're coming off a bye week to take on the Houston Texans Sunday at home. It's a battle for first place in the AFC South. Sports Sports Director Dave First is here with more on that. Hey, Dave.
Hey, guys. Yeah, good evening. Feels like it's been forever since the Colts have had a game. In fact, maybe it really has. It all changes, though, this Sunday at Lucas Oil Stadium. Changes big time with first place, as you guys mentioned, on the line in the division, AFC South. The Colts working indoors today. Do you blame them? A little chilly outside today, but the team really getting back full bore and getting healthy as well. Darius Leonard, linebacker, returning from that concussion. Clayton Gathers returning from his. He was limited in the practice, didn't take part in the entire workout this afternoon. Frank Reich says that safety Malik Hooker should also return to practice tomorrow after knee surgery. Still not likely to play this Sunday, but still good to see that he is getting healthy. Obviously, as mentioned, a huge game, division game, plus first place, yep, on the line.
It's the biggest game because it's the next game, and especially the divisional game, so we're definitely looking forward to it. Hopefully we can be 1-0 after this week.
It's a division game, and those are always the toughest. And, you know, they know us so well. So it's hard to say, like, all right, we're going to go just out-scheme them. It's more so, you know, we just got to play our football, play really good football for 60 minutes and, you know, go from there.
There's only so much you can say. I think players are smart. They get it. They know that these games are weighted heavy, weighted a little bit heavier. So, you know, we certainly did bring that to their attention.
Of course, that was the team they knocked out in the AFC wildcard game last January. A rematch coming up Sunday afternoon, 1 o'clock. Here's what it all looks like in the AFC South. Houston technically with a half-game lead after they beat the Chiefs, just like the Colts did a week ago. They beat them just last Sunday. Colts could pick up a game with the win this coming Sunday. Heck, Jags and Titans really aren't that far away, so we could see another division going down to the wire come the end of December. Hey, speaking of football, a really good story coming up during the news at 6 o'clock. Franklin Community High School with a remarkable turnaround this season, thanks in part to their third-year head coach, Chris Cole, a husband, father, educator, football coach, and cancer survivor, inspiring on and off the field. Our Sports Extra Spotlight during the news at 6, guys.
Thank you, Dave. Still ahead here at 5:30 on RTV6, putting the freeze on the costs associated with cancer. The company with a unique solution to help ease the financial toll for cancer patients and their families.
But first, this is one guy you do not want to mess with. The Good Samaritan who grabbed a gun away from a robber on a train and would not let him go.
All eyes on the thermometer. We'll talk about the temperature swings, and they're significant within the 7-day forecast.
Tonight at Rubens Mattress and Furniture.
No school tomorrow for hundreds of thousands of kids in Chicago. Classes are canceled in anticipation of a teacher strike. Mayor Lori Lightfoot canceled Thursday classes after determining she can't accept the teachers' union demands, which she says would cost the city $2.5 billion it can't afford. Union members representing each school are meeting again this afternoon to make a final decision, but union members have already said they will recommend moving forward with a strike. Closing the schools affects nearly 400,000 students. Do you ever wonder what you would do if you saw a crime in progress?
A Good Samaritan jumped into action when he saw a man with a gun on Chicago's train system, and a passenger recorded the terrifying moments.
You don't move! You don't move!
When Jean-Paul LaPierre saw a man robbing passengers on the way to Sunday's Chicago Marathon, he did not sit idly by. Look close. That's a gun LaPierre took away from the robber. He asked for help handling the gun.
Put the safety on that front arm. Honey, I have no idea how to do that. Somebody put the safety on that gun. I'm a boxer. I'll break your head in one punch.
Now, here's the kicker. After the guy got taken care of, he ran in and he finished that marathon, as you see there. After the race, he told a reporter that the alleged robber had friends on the train.
They started threatening me, but I just stood stern-faced. And the guy kept saying to me, it's just the gun, let me go, let me go. And I kept telling him, you're not going anywhere.
LaPierre runs a storage facility in the Boston area. He said he's used to tough guys. Well, despite the standoff on the train, he said he loves Chicago. This was his 12th marathon and is looking forward to coming back and running again. I'm glad that situation did not discourage him from coming back.
Right, and that was some courage he really displayed there. It's probably saved a lot of lives on that train.
I was watching the others that were sitting there watching that.
Right.
I mean,
that would have been me. Oof.
We're staring at the thermometer. It's a lot easier to look at the thermometer than have to deal with that.
That's true. You're right. Yeah.
All right, let's talk about what's happening to the north and east. New York City, they've got a lot of rain. It actually impacted baseball there tonight. They canceled the Houston and Yankees game. Lots of rain from Philly to New York on up toward Boston eventually. Big what they call nor'easter. For us, we slide to the west, of course, and we just have cloud cover across central Indiana, but we're dry. The showers that came through last night hit and miss. Some of you got a nice little downpour, but in general, as expected, kind of disappointing. We'll have an opportunity for some weekend rain. The better chance comes early next week. Coolest temperatures to the north and east, but everyone well below average, and it's shockingly cooler than yesterday's 72-degree temperature. We're 20 degrees cooler right now in Indianapolis, and the wind has been strong, gusting 20 to 30 miles per hour. Right now, it is steady out of the northwest, anywhere from 15 to 20 miles per hour. That's pretty much where it will stay tonight, certainly out of the northwest. Tomorrow will be a much calmer day. Say hello to Grizzly and Latte.
Look at them.
Now, Grizzly's a little misnomer, right?
Yeah.
Grizzly, yeah, he does not.
I think Grizzly's the brown one.
And I like what they're doing is they're protecting the bird feeder. For birds only, squirrels out of the way.
Get out of here.
We got this. Thanks, Don, for sending in the picture. Temperatures will change slowly with the cloud cover around. Temperatures won't change very quickly. If you'd like me to walk your dog or cat, you know, I'm equal opportunity. Kevin.gregory@WRTV.com. Send in a picture. Temperatures. Picture this. Back in the 30s, we'll have a frost potential on a couple of occasions within the 7-day planner. I'm not thinking overnight tonight into tomorrow. Too windy, but maybe as we get into Friday. As far as our Thursday temperatures, the biggest difference will still be in the 50s, but we should be middle to upper 50s. We'll have more sunshine, and it will not be as windy during the day on the Thursday. Temperatures to the north, mid-50s, again with a mixture of clouds and sunshine. That wind generally northwest at around 10. Metro temperature 57. 5 degrees difference from what we have today, but with a little sunshine and lighter winds, it will feel, I think, decently better across central Indiana. Friday up in the 60s, up and over the 60-degree mark, 62 for the temperature. There are your highs around central Indiana and kind of foreshadowing the warming trend as we go into the weekend. Okay, Mark, I realize it's only Wednesday, but the Friday night football forecast, should I practice kicking?
You might as well practice.
You need to after last week.
All right, here we go. Let's see what happened.
Oh!
2 weeks in a row.
Shall we practice again tomorrow?
Yeah, what we're going to do is practice off air. It's a little I'm going to practice during commercial breaks. 7-day forecast, the best part of the Friday night forecast, not the kicking, but it will be dry. Temperatures will be comfortable in the 50s. Chance for thunderstorms is greatest as we get to Sunday night and Monday. A few of those early next week could be severe. We'll have to keep our eye on that as we transition again from the 70s back into the 60s. What I can say beyond the 7-day forecast that you're looking at, looks like we finish October on the cool side. Maybe we'll stop bouncing around as much, and once we cool down, we'll stay cool.
Stay cool. Making it really hard to get ready every day, Kevin.
Yeah, I'm going to go change my shoes and start practicing.
We'll try this kicking thing again.
We need to leave the sports to someone else, Kevin. Thanks. Well, blue and gold Pacers flags flying everywhere. That's what the Pacers want to see, how they're making it easy for you to make that a reality.
Keller and Keller. Hello and a very good day to you. I'm Julie Grant with Court TV Live, and we're bringing you live gavel-to-gavel coverage of a head-spinning murder trial happening right now in the state of Wisconsin. It includes facts about very odd sexual practices, dangerous love stories, and gender dysphoria. A woman named Ezra McCandless is accused of stabbing one of her lovers to death. She says it was in self-defense, but the state says it was cold-blooded murder. The victim in this case, Alex Woodworth, was stabbed 16 times. The medical examiner testified to the brutal nature of his death, including stab wounds that pierced his brain, his lung, and his scrotum. We've been hearing from forensic experts and crime scene reconstructionists, and we also expect to hear from some friends of the victim throughout the day. Of course, you can count on Court TV for live coverage inside of the courtroom throughout this trial. And as always, count on Court TV for gavel-to-gavel coverage. I'm Julie Grant. Now back to you in the studio.
Julie, thank you. You can learn more about other cases around the country right now at CourtTV.com. 1 week from today is the Pacers season opener, and the team is working to get fans pumped up for the start of a new season.
The Pacers kick off the season hosting Detroit, and the team wants to spread blue and gold pride to everyone. That's why they're giving away free Pacers flags to any fan who wants one. They come in 2 sizes, 3x5 and 2x3. They gave out about 600 today at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. More will be on hand tomorrow.
It's my dream that there's a Pacers flag on every flagpole in Indianapolis, so we're giving out as many flags as we can just to show that Pacer pride.
You have another chance tomorrow to pick up a free flag. They'll be handing them out at Bankers Life Fieldhouse from 11 to 1 or while supplies last. And there are a couple of sizes that you can get.
Yeah, the 2 different sizes that we mentioned.
Yeah, this
Mark
one,
the massive one,
covers Amanda.
Exactly.
All the way.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And then
the small one. So you have multiple options here, and definitely go try to pick one up and rep that blue and gold.
And flying proudly.
Absolutely.
And high, right.
Fun.
Exactly. Good to see.
All right, go get these.
All new at 6 o'clock here on RTV6. A proposed expansion at a metal facility has some neighbors worried about their safety. Working for you, we're taking those concerns to the company involved, what they're saying tonight.
But first on the Now, Indy, it might seem a little odd. America's largest theater chain is getting into streaming, what they're offering that could actually keep people out of the theater. You're watching RTV6.